And welcome back here to Game 2 at the UMB softball field on the campus of UMass Boston as we get set for game number 2 between the Rhode Island College Anchor Women and the UMass Boston Beacons. Rhode Island College took game 1 from the Beacons 7-3. Emily Doble took the loss in that game, and Abby Kidd earned her 11th win of the season. Here in game 2, we will see the Beacons ace, Bri Melchionda, on the mound. Melchionda has had a stellar season so far, dealt with a couple injuries throughout the season, the junior pitcher from Marshfield, Massachusetts. And she will face off against Avery Katz to lead off game number 2. First pitch here from Melchionda will be a ball outside. Katz squared to bunt but pulled back. Melchionda, an impressive 1.44 league-leading ERA. An 11-3 record, 20 appearances, 16 games started, and 12 complete games as she misses that one high for ball 2. 106 innings pitched, 22 of them, 22 earned runs, 50 walks to 128 strikeouts, also a league best. Katz will square to bunt on that one, but that'll go foul. 2-1 the count. Katz in game 1 went 1 for 4 with a run scored and a strikeout. And she will slap that one foul, evens the count up to 2-2. And we will get the 5th pitch here to start the game from Melchionda. 2-2 count here on Katz, and that one will be low in the dirt. Make that a full count. If you tuned in here with us for game number 1, you saw the Rhode Island College Anchor women scored all of their runs in the 3rd inning. And Katz will put that one in play, and despite a diving effort there by Sandin, she will reach first base. So Sydney Sandin gets the uniform dirty, keeps the ball in the infield, but Katz will trot her way to first base. And that'll bring up Amanda Conti. Conti, the sophomore out of Lincoln, Rhode Island, came into this doubleheader batting .230. Squares to bunt, pulls back. Katz will steal, and she will be safe. Make that 25 for... she will be out. I'm sorry. Field umpire Richard Silva called Katz out. And that is the first time that Avery Katz has been caught stealing this season. She was 24 for 24 coming into today's doubleheader. Stole a base in game number 1, so 25 for 25. And then on that attempt, Tam Landry gunned her down there. Make that 25 for 26 on the season for Avery Katz. Still an impressive stat for the speedy center fielder for the Anchor women. Amanda Conti with an 0-2 count here. She'll swing and hit that one foul. We've got a timeout called here by the home plate umpire. Going over to talk to her assistant there. You can see the home plate umpire there, Barbara Galley-Quinn, saying something to both head coaches. try to get you some more information on what that was that the umpires were talking about there, but nevertheless, we get back here to the at-bat of Amanda Conti. 1 ball, 2 strikes to her. Melchiondo will wind up for that pitch. That ball gets hit into right field. Amari English right under it to make the second out of the first inning here. That'll bring up Noelle Simmons, playing second base again here today. Simmons, the freshman from Manchester, New Hampshire, batting .370. She'll hit that one right over to the first baseman, Jordan Toomey, who will make the out at first unassisted. So the Anchor women go 1, 2, 3. Brie Melchiondo makes efficient work of her first outing of the day. And we'll be back right after this to see what the Beacons can do at the bottom of the first inning.
People at UMass Boston, they're here because they know they can have an impact, not just on research, but on people, on their students.
This is just a starting point. It only has potential to grow, and it has a big potential to grow up.
You're really having a direct impact on people's lives, and you can see that now, and you can see that years from now.
So I think it's becoming like the place that people want to go.
What UMass Boston is able to offer to its young people certainly stands out to that mission that was set right out in the beginning. It's something UMass Boston should be and can be very proud about.
UMass Boston was my first choice because when I came to the campus, I saw that there was a lot of diversity. There's a lot of people. Here there is a lot of international.
And welcome back here to UMass Boston at the UMB softball field. Pitcher here for the Anchor women in game number 2 will be the freshman Gabby Cunha, 5'6" out of Cranston, Rhode Island. Coming into today's game with a 4.31 ERA, 2-3 record, 13 appearances, started 7 games, has pitched 52 innings, 32 earned runs, 17 walks to 26 strikeouts. Opponents are hitting .323 off of Cunha. And leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Beacons will be Sophie Richland. Richland 0 for 4 in game number 1 with 2 strikeouts. And home plate umpire will say that she did attempt to swing at that, so she will go down to the count 0-1. Richland winds up for the slap there. That ball will be low. Richland, the only slapper that the Beacons have in their lineup. A lot of strong righties this year for them. And she will put that one over the head of the first baseman, and Richland will get her first hit of the day. You don't see that quite often from lefty slappers. They typically tend to hit the ball over to the shortstop or third baseman, try to get on with their speed. But Richland taking that one with her, putting it over the head of the first baseman, Caitlin Ash. And Ash is pretty tall, standing at 5'10", so pretty impressive there on Richland to take that one with her to first base. She gets her first hit of the day. That'll bring up Kaylee Bruce, the sophomore out of Foxborough, Massachusetts. Bruce 2 for 4 in game number 1. Both singles to the right side, and she will attempt to bunt that. That one did hit Bruce while she was in the batter's box. We'll see if the umpires call her out or if they just have her redo the play, and they will call Bruce out. So the ruling on that is if the ball hits the batter outside of the batter's box, the batter is out. And Barbara Gailey-Quinn says that that's exactly what happened there with Bruce. Attempted to bunt, ball hit the ground, came right back at her, hit her on the hip. So that'll be out number 1 for the Beacons, and Sophie Richland will be forced to go back to first base. That'll bring up Sydney Sandin, who will hit that ball foul. So for Bruce, that'll go down as a catcher unassisted. So it'll be a 2-U there for Bruce. And that'll bring up the captain of this Beacon squad, and Sydney Sandin, playing in her last home game here at the UMB softball field. And we've got a timeout called here as Cunha was getting ready to wind up for that pitch. Looked like Richland was stealing on that pitch, so she'll have to go back and we'll do it again. Sandin 2 for 4 in game number 1. Cunha winds up for the pitch. She'll take that one foul. And count will be 0-2 here on Sandin. Leads this Beacon squad in batting average, and that one is a high pitch, and Sophie Richland will take off, and she will steal second base, diving in head first. Safe by at least a step there. Hard to tell when you're diving, but clearly safe. And this will be the first runner in scoring position here for the Beacons. Sophie Richland can get on base. She is lethal for the Beacons with her speed. And Sandin will put that one in play, and that'll get through the left side of the infield. No play for the shortstop Amanda Conti on that, and Sydney Sandin will get her first hit of the day. Runners on the corners for the Beacons. Trying to attack here early, something that they did not do in game number 1. And this will bring up the cleanup hitter for the Beacons, Amari English. See right there on your screen, 31 RBIs for English. That is a team best. Hitting .280 coming into this. She'll square to bunt. Won't do so. Will pull back, but Sandin will go ahead and steal second base. So now we've got 2 runners in scoring position. English will foul off the second pitch that she gets, so that'll even the count over to 1-1. Make that 10 stolen bases for Sydney Sandin and 15 stolen bases for Sophie Richland today. Not just today, overall, excuse me. English will put that one in play, will likely score a run. Simmons bobbles it, but still manages to make the out at first base. Sandin will advance to third. That's the beauty of playing second base so close to the first base bag, is you got a little bit of extra time there. Mari English, not the fastest of runner, but standing at 5'11", she's got a pretty long stride. Good job there by Simmons to get the second out, of the inning. That will plate a run in Sophie Richland, Beacon's first lead of the day, and we will see Lauren Miner step up to the plate. Miner in game number 1 went 1 for 4. And she'll hit that one over to the right side of the infield. Noelle Simmons slides over to her left, makes the grab, and that'll be out number 3. So at the end of the first inning, UMass Boston puts one up on the board. 1-0 Beacons.
Students, so it's really cool to meet people from different countries, different parts of the world. I'm Julia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
I'm Olivia Murphy. I'm from Canton, Massachusetts.
We're sisters.
We're sisters.
I play volleyball and she plays basketball. Here they have a freshman success community. So each major has their own community that you can join as a freshman, and you take classes with them, you do study groups with them. So it was really helpful getting to know people in your major right away.
So in health exercise sciences, we have an internship at the end, so it's so much better to have like an advisor helping you out, like telling you which classes to choose.
What separates UMass Boston from other schools is the fact that a large percentage of students commute. For me, it takes 2 hours each day to go to and from school, but every second has been worth it because the students that come.
Alrighty, and welcome back here to the Beacons Broadcast Network on Little East TV. Got a little update for you there on that Avery Cats play in the first inning. It was not a caught stealing, it was rather that the umpire called Cats leaving early from first base. So it's still, if you're going on the stat sheet, it'll still count as a caught stealing, but wasn't actually, Tam Landry will not get credited on that caught stealing. It was just the runner left early. Nonetheless, we move on to the top of the second inning here. Caitlin Ash, the first baseman, will lead off this inning for the Anchor women. And she will take ball one from Melchionda. Ash went 1 for 3 in game number 1. 1 for 2 with 2 walks and a single. She'll take that changeup in the zone from Melchionda to even the count at 1-1. Third pitch here to Ash is going to go in for a strike. Beautiful fastball there by Melchionda. Melchionda's been dealing with a couple injuries here and there. Haven't seen her consistently in the Beacons lineup. In the beginning of the season, she would pitch and hit for herself. And now in these later games, as Ash hits that one foul, she's primarily only been doing the pitching. That'll open up a spot in the lineup for somebody else to roll into that designated player position. Melchionda will just focus on throwing strikes. 1-2 count here to Ash, and that one will be high, even the count to 2-2. And the 2-2 count here from Melchionda will be just outside with that changeup. Got ourselves our first full count here of the day. Game number 2. And the playoff pitch here from Melchionda. Ash will hit that one foul. We'll do it again. You tuned into game number 1. You saw Rhode Island College post 7 runs in the third inning. And speaking of Rhode Island College's great offensive prowess, they lead the LEC in batting average, team batting average, 306. They lead the LEC in triples with 18 and home runs with 19. Caitlin Ash fouls that one again. The Anchor women are third in hits, 291, and third in runs scored, 164. And to put the cherry on top, they don't make a lot of errors. Second to last in the LECs in errors made. Playoff pitch here from Melchionda will be ball 4 to Caitlin Ash. So make that 3 walks on the day for Ash, her first here of game number 2. And that brings up the catcher, Alexis Boyce. Boyce, the senior out of Wolcott, Connecticut, will take that first pitch right down the zone from Melchionda. Boyce hitting .323, 25 RBIs on the day for her. Squares to bunt, will pull that one back. The runner will not advance. Interesting decision there to see Alexis Boyce square to bunt. She's got 6 doubles, a triple, and 5 home runs on the year. She definitely has a lot of pop to her bat. Pitch here from Melchionda, and Boyce will sky that one into the air. Miner giving chase to it, but that'll go foul. We'll give you the lineup here for the Anchor women. It's Avery Katz leading off in center field. Amanda Conti batting second, playing shortstop. Noelle Simmons batting third at second. Caitlin Ash batting cleanup. Alexis Boyce here up to bat is batting fifth. Cassidy Schoen will bat after her, as that pitch will go right down the middle. Strike number 3. That's the first strikeout for Bree Melchionda here today. And that will bring up the 6th batter in this Anchor women lineup in Cassidy Schoen. Batting 7th will be Paige Jones. Batting 8th will be Sophia Crudale, playing left field. And rounding out the lineup for the Anchor women will be Victoria Young at third base. For the Beacons, defensively, in the infield going left to right, same as game number 1, Lauren Miner playing third, Sydney Sandin at shortstop, Kaylee Bruce at second base, and Jordan Toomey at first. One change in the outfield for the Beacons as Cassidy Schoen hits that one foul, make the count 0-2. For the Beacons in left field, it'll be Mackenzie Cahill playing left. Sophie Richland stays in center field, and Amari English remains in right. And Tam Landry, who was in left field for game number 1, will now move behind the plate to do the catching for Bree Melchionda. 0-2 pitch here from Melchionda to Schoen. And Schoen will put that one in play. Slow roller over to Bruce. Bruce throws to first, makes the out, and Ash will advance to second. And that'll bring up Paige Jones. Jones, the right fielder. Pretty good game number 1. 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a walk, and a strikeout looking. She'll take the first pitch here as a ball from Melchionda inside. And make sure you stay tuned for the end of this game as they will be honoring the seniors here at UMass Boston. As Jones puts that one in play, hits it over to Kaylee Bruce at second base, slides over to her right, makes the catch for out number 3 of the second inning. So, no hits, no runs, and no errors for the Beacons here to end the top half of the second inning.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and I know how powerful words can be. The term gay doesn't mean stupid, lame, or less than.
So I pledge to speak up if I hear the term gay used in a derogatory way or any other homophobic terms.
If you can play in Division III.
I'm a Division III student athlete, and my teammates unconditionally accepted me as part of their family. So now I pledge to do the same for others. If you can play in Division III.
Division III allows you to give yourself to other things.
Having that free time allows me to pursue the things that I want to pursue.
Division III athletics affords students the opportunity to.
And welcome back here to UMB softball field as we kick off the bottom half of the second inning here in game number 2. Last game of the regular season for both of these teams. Rhode Island College has already secured their spot in the Little East Conference tournament. They are just playing for seeding at this point. UMass Boston is fighting for a spot into the tournament. Coming into today, they were in 6th place. Western Connecticut State University has lost both of their games, so they are officially out. So it comes down to whether Plymouth State or UMass Boston will make it into the tournament. Lauren Bethia will fall behind the count, or even in the count, at 1-1. As she looks to extend the Beacons' lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And we'll keep you updated as the scores throughout the league. And the scenarios here as Bethia gets hit by a pitch there by Cunha on the elbow. That left elbow, and she'll take a slow trot over to first base. Assistant coach Sue Killalay will make sure that she's okay there. Rub some dirt on it. And that'll bring the senior Jordan Toomey up to bat. Toomey 1 for 3 in game number 1 with an RBI. The first RBI of the game. And her 10th RBI of the season. She'll swing and miss at a pitch low there by Cunha to even the count at 1-1. And Toomey squares to bunt, does so, gets it down. The play at first will be out. So Bethia will advance to second. Toomey with the sac hit to move the runner. Ash with a great glove play there. Simmons covering the bag for out number 1. And that'll bring up Mackenzie Cahill Cahill making her first appearance of today's doubleheader. Did not play in game number 1. She has played in 11 games this season and has made 1 start so far. This will be her second start, and she'll put that one in play. Hits it over to Simmons at second, and she'll throw to first for the out. Bethia will advance to third to bring up Tam Landry. So, Cahill won't get her hit, but she will advance the runner. Beacons will take that. Cunha will work on Landry now. Landry takes that pitch right down the middle there for strike number 1. Evens the count at 1-1. 0 for 3 in game number 1 was Tam Landry. 2 strikeouts, 1 looking, 1 swinging. Fly out to center field. She'll put that one in play. Slow roller to the third baseman, who will take it and will overthrow the bag at first. Landry turns, aims her way to second base, and no one's at the bag, so she'll get in there safely. We'll see if that'll go down as an error on the third baseman, Victoria Young, or if it'll go down as a hit. Regardless of what it gets scored as, the Beacons will add another run to the board. So that hit by pitch by Cunha turns into another run for the Beacons. And that'll go down as an error on Victoria Young. So that'll be E5. And Landry will be at second. It'll bring up Sophie Richland. Richland singled in the first inning over the first baseman's head. And home plate umpire will double check if Richland swung or not, and they have decided that she did not. So ball number 1. Make that ball number 2. 2-0 the count to Richland, who had a 14-game hitting streak coming into game number 1, went 0 for 4 in game number 1, but has already had a hit her first at bat in game number 2. She'll square to bunt again and won't do so. Ball gets behind the catcher, Alexis Boyce, and Landry will advance to third base. So the Beacons coming out with a little bit more energy in game number 2 than they did in game number 1. Not necessarily a must-win scenario for them in order to get in to the LAC tournament, but a win would secure that they get in, no matter what Plymouth State does. 3-0 the count here to Richland. Cunha winds, and that'll be ball number 4. So we've got runners on the corners for Kaylee Bruce. And we'll get a timeout here as Rhode Island College will come out to talk to their pitcher-catcher duo. That'll be assistant coach Yesenia Evaristo talking to her pitcher and catcher there. Beacons will take a moment to talk to their runners and batters, and Bruce would be up to bat. Sydney Sandin is on deck. Tam Landry at third base, and Sophie Richland at first. Richland's already got a stolen base today. She is 15 for 17 on the season. First and third situation here with 2 outs. We'll see if Richland decides to try to swipe another bag. Bruce will square to bump, but won't do so, and Richland will slide into second base, and that'll score a run for the Beacons. The throw from Boyce to second made and thrown into the outfield, so that'll allow Landry to score. Put that another steal there for Sophie Richland. She's got 16 on the season. And Bruce will add another run to the board there with an RBI single for Kaylee Bruce. It's our third hit of the day, first of game number 2 here. She will plate Sophie Richland And that's the beauty of getting your leadoff hitter on, or somebody with speed. Richland gets on, there's a high probability she will steal second base. And on a single like that with her speed, she'll make it home from second base. That'll bring up Sydney Sandin to the plate. Sandin will take ball number 1, evens the count up to 1-1. Pitch here from Cunha to Sandin. She'll put that one in play off the glove of Cunha, but over to second base. Great positioning there by Amanda Conti. Although the ball hit off of Cunha's glove, Conti was right over second base, tags it with her glove, and that'll be out number 3. So the Beacons tack on 3 more runs to their score. It'll be 4-0 at the end of 2 innings. We'll be right back right after this.
The University of Massachusetts Boston, with its scenic oceanfront campus, easily accessible to downtown Boston, is recognized as a model of excellence for urban public universities. 16 NCAA Division III sports are part of the more than 100 student organizations that create an engaging campus life in America's biggest and best college town. UMass Boston, Boston's urban public research university for the 21st century.
Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me.
And we are back here at the UMB softball field. Bri Melchionda still on the mound for the Beacons. She'll see Sophia Crudell, Victoria Young, and then back to the top of the lineup in Avery Katz here at the top of the 3rd inning. Melchionda the day so far has only allowed 1 hit, issued a walk, and has a strikeout to her name as well. And she'll face Sophia Crudell for the first time. Crudell playing left field here today. The freshman out of Cranston, Rhode Island. And she'll see that ball in there for a strike. Evens the count out to 1-1. Crudell had 3 RBIs against Keene State College in their last time out. She'll take that ball low. 2-1 the count. And Melchionda will get the sign. Winds up and deals a ball that just jammed up Crudell, but hit off the glove of Melchionda. She'll try to make the throw over to Toomey, and in time for out number 1. So good job there by Bri Melchionda, shaking off that arm there, and that ball jammed Crudell, but hit off the glove of Melchionda, chased after it just in time to make a strong throw over to first to get Crudell. So Victoria Young will step up now to the plate. And she will put the first ball she sees in play. Sandin over to first for out number 2 in the top of the 3rd inning. And that's what you get out of this Beacons defense. Seem to play very strong here behind Bri Melchionda. In a very crucial game number 2 for them. And Avery Katz will take ball 1 low. So Katz singled through the left side of the infield in the first inning. Was called out for leaving the base early in the first inning as well. And she'll put that one in play Ball hit hard on the ground. Katz is speedy, and she will make it to first base in time. Not a slapper swing. She just stood up and straight swung on that one, but with the hard bounce that she got, that ball hung in the air for long enough for her to make her way down to first base and in time, despite the throw from Melchionda. So Katz is on for her second time here in game number 2, and we'll see Amanda Conti. Ball one low. Conti flew out to the right fielder in the first inning. We'll keep an eye on Katz. See if she'll attempt to steal again. Pitch here from Melchionda. And we got a swing from Conti. That one's in deep right field. And Amari English right under it to make the catch for out number 3. So despite the hit by Katz, doesn't hurt the Beacons. They keep a 4-0 lead. And we'll be back with the bottom of the third inning right after this.
Cheer for the stumbles. The he shoulda had that's. And the tears that linger. For in those moments, greatness lies. There, you will find the provoked, the determined, the unified. It's in those moments that champions are born.
I did receive a non-athletic scholarship upon entering school.
I got the presidential scholarship, which was huge for me.
I think there's more opportunities for academic scholarships in Division III.
I did receive academic scholarships. Just being involved on campus, being a leader, all those things combined kind of get me recognized. It's a great experience.
And welcome back here to the UMB softball field. Getting ready to kick off the bottom of the third inning. UMass Boston with a 4-0 lead over the Anchor women. Amari English will step up to the plate. Her second time here in game number 2. Grounded out to the second baseman Simmons, her first time up. And she'll take an inside pitch here from Cunha, make the count 2-0. English has a lot of pop off her bat. Hasn't been able to really show it today, except for that one. She hits that one high into left field. And Sophia Crudell takes a couple steps in, sits right under it, makes the out number 1 for the third inning. So Amari English still hitless today. And that'll bring up Lauren Miner. Flew out to the second baseman in inning number 1. This time she'll roll it into the shortstop, and Conti makes a strong throw over to first base to get Miner out. First pitch swing in there for Lauren Miner. And she'll be retired for out number 2. Lauren Bethia up to bat now. Hit by pitch in the second inning. Ended up scoring the second run for the Beacons. And she'll put that one in play again. And Cunha will ground that out and throw it over to first. Out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Gabby Cunha. Quickest inning of her outing so far here in game number 2. And the Beacons are retired in that order. We'll be back for the top of the 4th inning right after this.
Experience for me.
I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student that walks through the door.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
My greatest personal discovery has been that I am capable of doing things that I didn't know I was capable of doing.
To be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
All right, we are back here for the top of the fourth inning. And good news if you're a UMass Boston Beacon fan. UMass Dartmouth has beat Plymouth State 5-0. Plymouth State gets swept by Dartmouth. So no matter the outcome of this game, UMass Boston will make it into the Little East Conference tournament. Right now they are leading the Anchor women 4-0 after losing game number 1 7-3. And Melchionda will throw her first pitch to Noelle Simmons. Down for a ball. So UMass Boston came into today with a 5-9 record, lost game number 1 to go to 5-10, but Plymouth State was 4-10, needed to win both of their games or at least one in order to fight for that. So even with 5 wins, UMass Boston will be at least the 6th seed in the conference tournament. That'll start next week. Eastern Connecticut State University, number 1 seed in the Little East Conference, will host the tournament. Rhode Island College, with an 8-7 record, has also already secured their spot coming into today's doubleheader in the conference tournament, playing for seeding. Seems as though they will either be 4th or 5th seeded, depending on how Castleton plays today. So 2-2 the count here to Simmons. Make that 3-2. Melchionda throws that one in the dirt. Good stop there by Tam Landry. Simmons 0 for 1 today. Slow roller to the first baseman in the first inning. And she will slap that one foul. And it'll remain a full count. We'll do it again. Beacon's pitching staff, second best ERA in the Little East Conference with 3.44. And Melchionda will miss on that pitch for ball 4. So Noelle Simmons earns a walk, makes her way to first base. That'll be her first walk of the day. And we will see Caitlin Ash, who walked her first time up in the second inning. The only 2 walks that Melchionda has issued today. And Ash will scorch that one into left field. A sliding attempt there by Cahill to keep the ball in front of her. And she will not be able to get the speedy Simmons out at third. So that'll be a double for Caitlin Ash down the left field line. Great play there by Cahill to keep that ball in front of her. That was scorched down the line. If she didn't slide for that one, that'll probably hit the wall and score at least 1, if not 2. So runners at second and third for Alexis Boyce. That's Caitlin Ash's 8th double of the season. Alexis Boyce trying to get her 26th and maybe 27th RBI of her season here today. She'll swing at that first pitch, hit it foul. Beautiful, clear, sunny day here on the campus of UMass Boston. Sun a little bit of a factor in game number 1. Hasn't been too much of an issue in game number 2 so far, as that beautiful change up there by Melchionda fools Boyce for strike number 2. We'll look at the 0-2 pitch here from Melchionda. And that one's high. Rise ball just a little too much outside of the zone. Couldn't get Boyce to chase it. Boyce does have 22 strikeouts on the season. Melchionda's got one strikeout on the day so far, and Boyce will crush that one into left field. Cahill giving chase to it, makes the catch. Tagging up from third base will be Noelle Simmons, and we've got a rundown here. And Lauren Miner chases down Caitlin Ash to make the second out of the inning. So what was runners on second and third, we have clear bases now. One run did score. That'll be an RBI for Alexis Boyce. Plating Noelle Simmons on the tag up. Caitlin Ash trying to tag up from second base to third, but Cahill did a great job of making the catch and getting the ball in fast to Miner. Miner chased her down with her speed. And now we have Cassidy showing up at the plate. 2 outs on her. She'll hit a slow roller over to the second baseman, Bruce, who will throw to Toomey at first for out number 3. So, 2 hits, 1 run, no errors for the Anchor women. They do get on the board, and we'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball, or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
I just wanted to get good grades and to do well, but it also made me realize that I have a lot of career goals.
You're there to get a full college experience, not only participate in your sport, but participate in things outside of that, and it's all about growing as a person.
My coaches have helped me with figuring out who I really am.
And we are back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Jordan Toomey leading things off for the Beacons. Toomey, one of the 4 seniors UMass Boston will be celebrating today after this doubleheader. Herself, Tam Landry, Haley Tilbury, and Sydney Sandin. And Toomey will get that second pitch here from Cunha low in the dirt, even the count at 1-1. And Toomey will check her swing there. Young will make the play from third to first. Kind of a check swing there from Toomey. Didn't really know if she wanted to swing or not. Makes contact with it. Young makes a great play. Throws it over to first for out number 1. And we will get Mackenzie Cahill now up to the plate. She'll take ball 1 from Cunha. Cahill will hit that one over to the second baseman. Simmons down on it, makes the play over to first. So the second time that Cahill has been retired by Simmons. And we will see Tam Landry, who reached first on an error by the third baseman in the second inning and has scored one of the 4 runs of the Beacons here today. Cunha settling in. Had a 1-2-3 inning in the third, making quick work of the first 2 batters she's seen this inning. And this pitch to Landry will go in for a strike. And that'll be strike number 3 for Tam Landry. Caught looking, and she knew it the minute the glove hit Boyce's mitt. That was beautiful pitch there by Cunha for strike number 3. And another 1-2-3 inning for Gabby Cunha. We'll be back for the top of the 5th inning. Anchor women wanting to tie this game, if not more.
Something I discovered in myself is that if I have a goal, then I can accomplish it.
It's a well-rounded experience.
at a Division III school, you primarily a student athlete, so the school is really shaped around you developing yourself as a complete individual.
It helps a lot that you have a family with your team that can guide you.
Celebrate the soggy shoes and the slow starts. Celebrate the lessons learned along the way. These are the wins.
Welcome back here to the Beacons Broadcast Network on Little East TV. Kicking off the top of the 5th inning here in today's doubleheader will be the right fielder, Paige Jones. Flew out to the second baseman back in the 2nd inning. And she will face Bree Melchionda. Take that first pitch in for a ball. Missed inside. Melchionda's thrown 51 pitches today, 33 of them for strikes. Pretty good ratio, has kept the Anchor women to just 1 run. And despite Tam Landry's attempt there to frame that ball into the zone, that'll go down for ball number 2. Although Melchionda leads the league in strikeouts with 128, she's only got 1 so far today. That was to Alexis Boyce back in the 2nd inning. She'll wind this one inside again on Jones. Ball number 3. So the 3-1 pitch here to Jones. That'll be right down the middle for a full count. Playoff pitch here to Jones. And that'll be ball 4 for Paige Jones. Works herself a walk. 3rd on the day issued by Melchionda. Not very characteristic of Bree Melchionda, especially early on in the season, but as of late in a couple of games, she has issued a couple more walks. Coming into today's game, 50 walks compared to 128 strikeouts. Already got 3 walks today to 1 strikeout. And that'll lead us to Sophia Crudale. Left fielder who grounded out to the pitcher in the 3rd inning. Oh, and 1 pitch here from Melchionda will be low and outside. Even the count to 1-1. Jones over at first. 4 stolen base attempts. 3 of them successful. And she will not go on this pitch. And the home plate umpire, Tam Landry, will ask the home plate umpire to check that swing there by Crudale. They determined she did not swing, so it'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. Pitch here from Melchionda. Good for strike 2 on the inside corner. So 2-2 count here on Crudale. Melchionda gets the sign. And that'll be strike number 3. And a check down to first base. Jones will be safe at first. But Crudale strikes out looking. That'll be the 2nd strikeout for Bree Melchionda. And it'll bring up Victoria Young. Young, the junior third baseman from Sterling, Connecticut. Transferred to Rhode Island College from Bryant University. She'll take that changeup in the zone for strike number 1. Young has been a great pickup here for the Anchor women, hitting .351 on the year. 15 runs scored, 10 RBIs. And she'll hit that one over the right side of the infield. Great play by Bruce over to first for the out. So Kaylee Bruce makes a great play, throws it from her knees to first base to get Victoria Young out. Paige Jones advances to second base. That'll be out number 2 for the Beacons. And Avery Katz will see her third at bat here in game number 2. First pitch from Melchiondo will be outside. Katz having a tremendous offensive season. Leads the Anchor women in pretty much almost every offensive category. 1-0 pitch here from Melchiondo will be hit foul and out of play. Katz leads the Anchor women in batting average at .396, at bats in 111, hits in 44, runs scored in 31, and is 25 for 26 in stolen bases. Very impressive from the junior center fielder. She'll take that ball outside, 2-1. Katz also leads the league in triples with 6. Hasn't had an extra base hit yet today. She'll hit that one out of play and foul. The 2-2 pitch here from Melchiondo will be low in the dirt for ball 3. Jones will not advance to third. Good job there by Tam Landry to keep it that way. And that'll be ball 4 for Avery Katz. So 2 walks this inning are the only 2 runners on board for the Anchor women. Jones at second, Katz at first. And that'll bring up Amanda Conti. Has flown out to right field both times that she's been up to the plate this game. She'll take ball 1 in the dirt. Tam Landry has been a wall back there, keeping all those balls in the dirt in front of her. Anchor women have speed on the bases here with Jones and Katz on second and first, respectively. Conti will take that strike in the outside corner. Conti already has an RBI earlier today in game number 1. That's her 9th RBI in the season. Trying to add to that number here. And the 2-1 pitch here makes it 3-1. As Melchiondo misses on the inside corner, almost clipped Conti on the hip on that pitch. The 3-1 pitch here will be called a strike on the outside corner. I don't think Conti thought that was a strike. Shaking her head. Thought that was ball 4. Home plate umpire Barbara Galley-Quinn disagrees. Playoff pitch here to Conti will be hit over to the right side to Bruce. Throws over to first for out number 3. So no hits, 2 walks, and no runs for the Beacons as the Anchor women leave 2 stranded. It is still a 4-1 softball game. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th inning right after this.
University of Massachusetts Boston. It's just minutes from downtown, and the Princeton Review calls it one of the best values in the country. A nationally recognized institution of academic excellence and research, UMass Boston offers more than 150 undergraduate and graduate programs, 16 Division III sports, and more than 100 student organizations. To learn more about the opportunities waiting for you at UMass Boston, visit in person or online. UMass Boston, a research university with a teaching soul.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris. The subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I
We are back here for the bottom of the 5th inning. Sophie Richland will lead it off for the Beacons, top of the order. 1 for 1 today, single and a walk. And she will slap that one over to second base, and Simmons makes a play, but not in time. Yes, it is in time. I would not be surprised if Coach Ardagna were to challenge this call. It appeared to me that Richland beat out the throw. We're not going to see a challenge. We're going to keep it with the call. And Kaylee Bruce will be up. And she will hit that one over to Young. Young fields it cleanly. Throws it over to first base for out number 2. So 2 pitches and 2 outs for Gabby Cunha, making very efficient work of the Beacons for the past 2 innings. Trying to keep it going here on the 5th inning. That'll bring up Sydney Sandin to the plate. 1 for 2 today. And Sandin will hit that one over the head of Simmons into right field. Sandin will round first, but will trot back to it as Avery Katz out in center field got the ball in very quickly. So Sandin will add another hit to her terrific senior season that she's having. And that'll bring up Amari English. English puts that one in place. Slow roller over to the shortstop. Conti makes the play, but not in time. Fields it cleanly. Throw over to Caitlin Ash. But Amari English, standing at 5'11" with long strides, makes her way to first base before the throw. Those slow rollers are a tough play for anybody to make, especially at shortstop when you're so far back in the infield on a hitter like English, who's got a lot of power and pop. You're not expecting her to hit a slow roller. And when she does, you got to charge that ball, and Conti did just that. Played it perfectly. English was just able to beat it out. And that'll bring up Lauren Miner. Miner swings at the first pitch she sees down in the dirt. Miner 0 for 2 in game number 2. Taking a moment to talk to assistant coach Josh Bartley here. Minor having a pretty spectacular freshman season. Coming into today averaging .333, 20 runs scored, 27 RBI, good for second on the team. She leads the team in triples with 5. Tied for first with her 4 home runs, as she'll take that ball outside. 1-2 the count. Started the season playing shortstop, moved over to play third base after a couple of injuries, and then ended up pitching in her first collegiate game against Nichols College on May 4th. Pitched 2 scoreless innings, 3 strikeouts. Rather impressive for somebody who likely hasn't pitched since high school. She also leads the league in walks with 24. And that would be a strikeout for Minor. Leads the team in those as well. So Gabby Cunha makes quick work of the Beacons. And we will be back for the top of the 6th inning right after this.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Psychology is about understanding the individual and understanding the mind. The main reason why I want to combine psychology and business degrees is because I want to understand the business decisions that are made. I'm Nurçin Çelebi. I'm from Turkey originally. I'm a senior at the 5-year BA to MBA program at UMass Boston. I think in management, the biggest mistake you can make is to not listen. So I want to be able to step into a company and say, here's what you're doing now, and here's how you can improve it. I moved here when I was 16 for high school. Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well, and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me. I wanted to be able to improve myself. I wanted to be able to try new things, and I think you.
And we're back here for the top of the 6th inning. Score remains the same as it's been since the 2nd inning. 4-1, Beacons lead. Noelle Simmons will start it off for the Anchor women. Grounded out in the first, walked in the 4th. Oh, 1 pitch here from Melchionda. Will go in for a strike. 1-1 the count. Melchionda last year earned 2nd team all-conference honors as a sophomore, also as a freshman. That one sprayed foul by Simmons. The 1-2 pitch here from Melchionda. Fouled, not a play again. Simmons, who leads the league in slugging percentage at .648, has not had a hit yet today. Melchionda will get the sign for the 1-2 pitch, and that'll be fouled off again by Simmons. Melchionda's thrown 76 pitches today. 45 of those have been strikes, and that one will be a ball to even the count to 2-2. It's been a rather quiet game after the second inning. Gabby Cunha doing a tremendous job of keeping the Beacons quiet. A lot of 1, 2, 3 innings for her since the second inning. And Melchionda doing the same. Issued a couple walks last inning, but for the most part has kept the anchorman quiet as Jordan Toomey makes a great snag on that play there by Simmons. She'll get a high five from Kaylee Bruce. Quick feet, quick hands there by Toomey. And that'll bring up Caitlin Ash. Ash with a walk and a double so far today. She'll take the first pitch inside from Melchionda. Ash, one of the two lefties, her and Katz, on this anchor women lineup. She'll get the changeup pitch high and out of the zone for ball number 2. Ash more of a power hitter lefty versus Katz, who could slap and bunt, more of a slap speed lefty. Ash with some power to her bat. She's got 3 home runs on the year, 7 doubles, 23 RBI. And she'll take ball 4. So that's her second walk of the game. 4th walk of the day. So very patient Caitlin Ash today. Makes for her 20th walk on the season. And that'll bring up Alexis Boyce. Boyce 0 for 2. Strikeout and a flyout. And she'll take ball 2 low from Melchionda. So 6 straight balls from Brianna Melchionda. Doesn't issue a lot of walks, typically. She's already got 4 today. 5, excuse me. To just 2 strikeouts. And the 2-1 pitch here goes for 3-1. Beacons will advance to the Little East Conference Playoff Tournament. No matter the result of this game, due to both Western Connecticut State University and Plymouth State University losing both of their games. Ash will put that one in play. Melchionda tried to make a play at it, but couldn't. Sandin scoops it up, and that will not be in time to get Alexis Boyce out at first. So runners on first and second for Cassidy Schoen. So the infield single for Boyce will advance Ash to second. And Cassidy Schoen, who's already got 2 RBIs on the day today, came back in game number 1. She is 0 for 2 in this game. 2 groundouts to the second baseman. She will take ball number 1 from Melchionda. Melchionda winds and deals, and that one will be in the air towards the right side. Foul. Toomey's got a beat on it, and she'll make the catch. So that'll be the second out of the inning. for the Beacons. And they will see Paige Jones now. Jones, the sophomore right fielder out of New Hyde Park, New York. Named to the LEC All-Rookie team last season. This year coming in batting 163. 11 runs scored. 4 RBI. She's 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. And the bats for both teams have been rather quiet after the second inning. We'll see the pitch here from Melchionda. Miner will take it by herself to third for the easy out. So that'll retire the side, and the Beacons will come up to bat in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to extend their lead here at the UMB softball field.
What do we mean when we say UMass is here for a reason? We mean that the 5-campus UMass system is the only public research university that the people of Massachusetts established to create better futures for themselves, but also for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as a whole. It's a university that educates 73,000 students every day and graduates 17,000 graduates every year. We are the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We're one of the state's 3 major academic research engines: research that saves and improves people's lives, and research that drives the innovation economy of Massachusetts. We provide services and economic opportunity to every region of the Commonwealth. The noted historian David McCullough once said that 2 great concepts, university and Massachusetts, come together in only one place, and we are very aware of how fortunate we are to bear the name, the University of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason.
And welcome back here to the UMB softball field for the bottom of the 6th inning. Beacons will have Bethia, Toomey, and Cahill up to bat. Gabby Cunha has given up 5 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 of them earned. Gave up 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Despite the 4 runs on the board, she's been pitching a pretty good game so far. Has made quick work of this Beacons lineup. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th inning. We'll see here how she approaches Bethia. Two balls on the sophomore from Springfield, Massachusetts. And she'll put that one in play right back to Cunha. Makes the easy throw over to Ash at first to retire Bethia. And that'll bring up the first baseman for the Beacons, Jordan Toomey. Toomey 0 for 2 today with the sack. She'll put that one in play. Young makes the play over to first for out number 2. So again, Gabby Cunha throwing some good pitches, making the Beacons chase them and hit them, and not getting great contact is UMass Boston. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Mackenzie Cahill. 0 for 2 for Cahill, grounded out to the second baseman both times up. Cahill has played in 11 games. She's made 1 start so far. This would be her 2nd. And she will ground that one through the right side of the infield. So that'll be the first hit of the season for Mackenzie Cahill. Little late on that swing, but to her advantage. Put it through Ash and Simmons on the right side of the infield. And looks like we will see a pinch runner here for the Beacons. Looks like it'll be the senior Haley Tilbury. coming in a pinch run for Mackenzie Cahill. You see there, Tilbury with a cast on her left hand, got injured back on April 11th against Western Connecticut State University. Hasn't played a game since. She has recently been cleared to run the bases, though. Can't really grip a bat with the cast on her hand, but that won't stop her on the bases. Tilbury got some speed to her. 7 attempts. 6 of them successful in stolen bases. Already had one earlier today in game number 1. Tam Landry will be the batter. And she'll hit that one foul. Landry 0 for 2 today. Reached first back in the second inning on an error on the third baseman. Scored a run. And she'll take that one outside for 3 balls and 1 strike. And Landry will pop that one up. Ash giving chase to it and got there in time. Great play by Caitlin Ash. Running pretty much into the batter circle of UMass Boston to make that catch. And that'll retire Landry and the side. So, after 6 complete innings, the Anchor women will come up to bat in their last hopes of tying or getting the lead here in today's game. We'll be back right after this.
I came from a working class family. I grew up in a hard-edged section of Lowell, Massachusetts. And I lived with my 6 siblings and my parents in a 4-bedroom house that had 1 bathroom. I knew that the only way that I was going to get to where I wanted to get to was if I got a high-quality college education, and I had the University of Massachusetts right in my hometown. It made a difference. I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I think with that comes a special responsibility as a steward, as a protector. Every student that I see that walks through the door, I mean, I see myself. I was exactly where they are now. I had their same challenges, their same aspirations, their same dreams. And it makes me want to fight for them. It makes me want to make sure that they get every opportunity that I got. I was literally able to transform my life because of the University of Massachusetts, and I want that for every single student.
We are back here at the UMB softball field for the top of the 7th inning. UMass Boston leading 4-1. Anchor women will send Crudale, Young, and Katz to the plate. Bottom of the order to the top to face Bree Melchionda. So a 1-1 count here to Crudale. 0 for 2 on the day. And she'll check swing that one. That'll go foul. Looked like that one might have been a stinger there for Sophia Crudale. See her shaking off her left hand there. Get jammed up on the bat. It'll definitely sting your hand for a couple of seconds. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Melchionda will strike out Crudale for the first out of the 7th inning. That is Melchionda's 3rd strikeout of the day. And she'll face Victoria Young. Young 0 for 2 on the day. Ground out to the shortstop and the second baseman. She'll take that first pitch low in the dirt for ball number 1. Make sure you stay tuned at the end of this game for the Senior Day presentations. UMass Boston will be honoring 4 of their seniors here today at the conclusion of this doubleheader. And Young on the 1-1 count here. Melchionda gets the sign, winds it up, and deals ball low. 2-1 the count. Rhode Island College has 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors on the day. UMass Boston, 4 runs on 6 hits. Only 1 run for UMass Boston is earned. Two-1 count here. And that ball gets hit over to the third baseman. Slow hit, but Miner charges in for it, throws it over to first base for out number 2 of the inning. Great play there by the freshman Lauren Miner, charging that ball, making sure to get it at either its highest point or lowest point, not bobbling it, making the crossbody throw over to Toomey. So the Anchor women down to their last out of the game. Avery Katz up to the plate. And she will bunt that one foul. That pitch looked to jam up Katz a little bit. Melchionda in place to earn her 12th win, if all goes well here for her on the top of the 7th. That would be her 13th complete game. Katz has not been an easy out all day. She is 2 for 2. Leadoff hitter here for the Anchor women. The best on-base percentage on their team. She'll hit that one high in the air, and Miner calls for it, and she will make the catch for out number 3. So UMass Boston has done it. They split the series with Rhode Island College, winning the second game 4-1. Bri Melchionda earns her 12th win of the season, giving up only 1 earned run. 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, allowing only 4 hits for Melchionda, as you can see there on your screen. And UMass Boston has made it to the Little East Conference Tournament. They will be the number 6th seed in the tournament. That will kick off next week, hosted by Eastern Connecticut State University. And we will be back right after this for the Senior Day ceremony presentations.
Walks through the door.
Psychology is about understanding the individual and understanding the mind and understanding how it affects others. The main reason why I want to combine psychology and business degrees is because I want to understand the business decisions that are made. I'm Nurçin Çelebi. I'm from Turkey originally. I'm a senior at the 5-year BA to MBA program at UMass Boston. Right now I'm doing an internship, so I will be starting to get experience in the field, and on top of that, getting an MBA and adding that business edge to my psychology degree. I think in management, the biggest mistake you can make is to not listen. So I want to be able to step into a company and say, here's what you're doing now, and here's how you can improve it in order to get the best out of your people, and in order to actually have people coming in here with passion. I moved here when I was 16 for high school. Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well, and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me. It was really a blessing for me to come to UMass Boston because it helped me really grow and show me that I can do things on my own. I wanted to be able to improve myself. I wanted to be able to try new things. And I think UMass gave me a really good head start on that.
We want to do theater that is responsible. We want to do music that is evocative and elevates us. We want to do dance that reflects urban movement and connection. I've been a practicing designer for the last 30 years. My specialty is costumes. This space is fantastic. This is our recital hall, and it's so outstanding that many people compare it to the symphony hall because the quality of sound is like nothing in town. And there is the painting studio, the sculpture studio, the digital studio. The type of students that we're getting, they're more competitive. They're looking for these kind of facilities. They look at other private colleges, but then decide to come here. Boston is filled with regional theaters, so our students can actually apply what they're learning and build a portfolio. And it's so great to see their names on the programs, and people may not know they're from UMass Boston, but eventually as they graduate and they begin to get professional jobs and you see their bios, that's going to be UMass Boston. It's going to be the stamp all over it. UMass Boston represents what true liberal arts is about. In my class, you have students who are psychologists, business, chemistry. The final goal is that we have well-rounded global citizens graduating from UMass Boston.
It's hard not to get emotional at a UMass graduation. It is amazing to see what UMass graduates accomplish once they leave the university. You see that UMass is here for the Commonwealth, here for a reason.
When you're in college, you kind of find out who you are. And throughout your 4 years, you develop yourself with all the different experiences, which leads into dedicating yourself to your community, to your family. So when you're a senior, you're coming out a well-rounded person.
College has given me the flexibility to pursue my passions and my interests outside of the classroom and outside of the court or field. I've had the ability to get into different activities and organizations, and I've recreated my identity for myself aside from just being an athlete.
Getting to be involved in a lot of different things, ranging from obviously being a student athlete to getting involved with my campus and my community, and not only being allowed to do that, but being encouraged to do that. The opportunity to be able to study what I wanted to and continue to play the sport I love, to have the professors know me on a personal level, all of those things came together very nicely in one package in Division III.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference. It really helps you develop thinking from other people's perspectives and looking at problems from outside the box.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
I've definitely learned how to really be myself. I found out, yes, I am actually a good leader, and yes, I can actually put myself forward because I am good enough. I can do it.
Coming in to college, I just wanted to get good grades and to do well. But it also made me realize that I have a lot of different career goals, and I've learned so much about myself that I was always growing and changing.
When I got to college, it forced me to step up and become more of a leader, and I think that was something I had the capability of doing, and forever grateful that being at a Division III school gave me that opportunity.
You have to dedicate your time in the classroom, you have to dedicate your time in the gym, on the field, on the court.
Our coaches and the entirety of the athletic department, they valued the student athlete going out to community and trying something new and getting involved in campus life.
You can get involved in so many different things. So the possibilities are truly limitless for what you can do with your college experience. You can kind of make it your own in the Division III setting. So I would encourage people who want to have flexibility to pursue different interests and passions to go D3.
Paris changed my life, and I got there through UMass. Those very specific seminal moments in Paris, the subway. A man in a tuxedo walked in, and a woman in a long gown. And it was stunning. It all hit me. It was like a lightning bolt. There was this world of beauty and style that I wanted to be a part of. That was the beginning of the journey. And that all came through the University of Massachusetts. And that was really a key moment for me. It's one of those moments you never forget.
The 5-campus UMass system is the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day.
Psychology is about understanding the individual and understanding the mind. The main reason why I want to combine psychology and business degrees is because I want to understand the business decisions that are made. I'm Nurçin Çelebi. I'm from Turkey originally. I'm a senior at the 5-year BA to MBA program at UMass Boston. I think in management, the biggest mistake you can make is to not listen. So I want to be able to step into a company and say, here's what you're doing now, and here's how you can improve it. I moved here when I was 16 for high school. Moving from Turkey, it was a rough journey for me because when you don't really speak the language that well, and when you don't really fit in the crowd, it's very easy to disappear. But I decided not to give up, and UMass helped me. I wanted to be able to improve myself. I wanted to be able to try new things, and I think UMass gave me a really good head start on that.
What do we mean when we say UMass is here for a reason? We mean that the 5-campus UMass system is the only public research university that the people of Massachusetts established to create better futures for themselves, but also for the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as a whole. It's a university that educates 73,000 students every day and graduates 17,000 graduates every year. We are the university that educates the workforce of Massachusetts. We're one of the state's 3 major academic research engines: research that saves and improves people's lives, and research that drives the innovation economy of Massachusetts. We provide services and economic opportunity to every region of the Commonwealth. The noted historian David McCullough once said that 2 great concepts, university and Massachusetts, come together in only one place, and we are very aware of how fortunate we are to bear the name, the University of Massachusetts. We recognize that we are truly here for a reason, and that recognition inspires us and drives us every single day. I came from a working-class family. I grew up in a hard-edged section of Lowell, Massachusetts, and I lived with my 6 siblings and my parents in a 4-bedroom house that had 1 bathroom. I knew that the only way that I was going to get to where I wanted to get to was if I got a high-quality college education, and I had the University of Massachusetts right in my hometown. It made a difference. I'm the first undergraduate alumnus to lead this university. I'm very proud of that. I think with that comes a special responsibility as a steward, as a protector. Every student that I see that walks through the door
All right, ladies and gentlemen, following the conclusion of today's doubleheader, UMass Boston Athletics would like to take a moment to honor our 4 outgoing seniors for their hard work and dedication to the UMass Boston softball program during their time at the institution. Our first senior is a 2-year member of the program, beginning her career at Fisher College before transferring and beginning her Beacon career during the 2022 season and making her presence felt at the top of the lineup. This player has appeared in 61 games while starting 59 of them for UMass Boston and is a career .322 hitter coming into the day. This senior hit .328 in 22 games this season with 5 doubles, 2 triples, which included a walk-off during the South Carolina trip, and 8 RBIs. From Moosic, Pennsylvania, infielder number 3, Haley Tilbury. Our next senior has been the backbone to the backstop for the Beacons during her 3-year playing career. A leader on the field with the Beacons broadcast network, this senior recorded her first collegiate home run earlier this season against Keene State College and is having a career year in average, games played, games started, at-bats, runs scored, total hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, on-base percentage, and stolen bases. She entered the day with a career .975 fielding percentage, and earlier this year recorded her first collegiate putout in left field for the Beacons. From Leominster, Massachusetts, catcher number 6, Tam Landry. Our third senior is a 3-year member of the program and an anchor in the middle of the Beacon lineup, entering the day with a career best in average at .402, 45 total hits, 25 runs scored, 12 doubles, and a .509 slugging percentage, 12 walks, and 9 stolen bases. This senior has also been a mainstay in center field for UMass Boston and posted a career-high .914 fielding percentage last season. This season, she took on a secondary role at shortstop later on in the season to help her team down the stretch. Off the field, she has helped not only with the Beacon Broadcast Network, but much like she chased down balls in center field, she did so as part of game day management at soccer games. From Riverton, Connecticut, outfielder and utility player number 14, Sydney Sandin. Our final senior today has been a force at first base during her 3-year career donning the Beacon Blue. Starting in both games today, this senior has now played in a career-high 39 games and entering the day already had career bests in at-bats with 100, 11 runs scored, 21 hits, tied her career high in doubles with 1, 7 walks, and 4 stolen bases. She has manned the corner to the tune of a .984 fielding percentage, which ranked second all-time in program history. In addition to her duties on the field, the senior has stepped up to bat for the Beacon's Broadcast Network and as our ice hockey caller for her entire time as a Beacon. From Arlington, Massachusetts, first baseman number 23, Jordan Toomey.